So the next phase was experimentation. We tried different things out, and I'll walk you through some of the things that we tried. And then at the end of each year, we would basically say, what's working? What do we want to keep? What's not working? So in the first year, we established a meeting structure. We would meet for an hour. We wanted to really keep the time down. And 30 minutes was going to be for presentations. This was a structure that Ev and his team had, and also a couple of the conferences that I go to that are most helpful. What I like about them is you present, but you present a project in a formative phase. And so it's at the point where you're planning and you can get feedback that will help you strengthen the project before you run it, not kind of armchair style where retrospectively you're like kicking yourself that you didn't do certain things. So that was a component that we wanted to retain. And then the first 30 minutes, we wanted to really streamline meetings. So I had kind of bumbled my way through different things in my first 4 or 5 years. But what I was realizing is a lot of times we would waste the first 30 or 40 minutes just checking in with people. And that could easily kind of spin into taking too much time. So we started to use some structures to just automate the check-ins and kind of surface the things that needed to be talked about. So we would basically have an email that was sent out by whoever's kind of leading that semester. And in the email, you'd say, what are you working on? What'd you do the past week? What are your goals for the next week? And is there anything that you need from the meeting? Like, do you need some time? And then the final thing that we would that we ended up adding later was, is there anything that you want to celebrate or kind of share with others that was a positive? And then this would also be a context to share any resources that had come up, like, oh, here's a scholarship, here's this. And so we could kind of all count on that email coming about a day before the meeting. We'd all check in, we'd hear what people were working on, and whoever was facilitating that meeting could kind of queue up a list of things to discuss. And if it seemed like there was something that might take more than the time we had allotted, we could figure out a plan to deal with that. So some kind of simple logistical structures, but ended up being something that we've continued to do and has been a really helpful way for us to structure our meetings. And then during the seminar, we also would invite guest speakers. And so, especially as Zoom has gotten better and better, this has become much easier to do for us to just kind of say, are there any people that we'd like to talk to this semester? And we'll just put them on the calendar. And that week, the 30 minutes is allocated to them. And we can also do that with faculty in the department. So we've had a variety of people come to the group. The other purpose that the seminar served, it's not really counting as my teaching load, but we did put it on the books as a course. And part of what that helped with is scheduling. So it used to be that it was really hard to get a team meeting. And what I realized is that courses always get priority, and even practicum places know that courses are crucial. And so we just locked in this structure. This isn't my lab. This is a leadership seminar. We locked in the course time so that it was a priority that students kind of had locked in so that they could kind of avoid scheduling conflicts and prioritize the meeting time. And then we kept it, to an hour. To this point, it's been extremely rare that we haven't been able to find a time that worked for everybody.